Why do so many people online seem determined to take advantage of others? That probably sounds completely unrelated to building a cause of faith, but since I started sharing my writing more seriously, I have joined Discord groups, Reddit communities, and other spaces where writers gather. And if you knew how many messages I have received from people offering to quote unquote help with my story, you would understand exactly why I'm writing about this today. It almost always starts the same way. First comes the incredibly enthusiastic comment about your writing, usually phrased to sound very specific while somehow saying absolutely nothing about the actual story because of course they haven't read it. Like, come on. Then come a few general questions. We talk about writing for a bit. They seem genuinely interested. It eventually comes something like, "Are you looking for readers?" And like an idiot, I think, "Oh, cool, someone actually wants to read my story." And then comes the boom. Yeah, like in the song. They're a professional beta reader or an editor or a book consultant or whatever service they're selling that particular day. And suddenly, the friendly conversation you thought you were having turns out to have been a sales pitch from the beginning. I understand the grind. Believe me, I understand trying to build something from nothing and trying to find people who might actually pay you for what you do. I don't have a problem with someone offering a legitimate service. What bothers me is pretending to be interested in someone's work just long enough to get them invested in the conversation before revealing that you were trying to sell them something all along. Most people posting their writing online are doing it because they love writing. Some dreams about publishing eventually, some are really working toward it, and some simply want people to read the stories they have spent months or years creating. They don't need someone deliberately playing on that excitement because they know how badly a new writer wants to hear, "I want to read your story." If you offer editing, beta reading, marketing, or another service to writers, just be upfront. Tell me, "Hey, I saw that you're writing a novel. I don't know whether you're looking for this, but I offer professional beta reading if you ever need it." Great. Now I know exactly why you're talking to me. I can decide whether I'm interested, and I might even remember you someday when I actually need that service. But the moment I realized you spent half a conversation pretending to care about my story just to maneuver me toward your sales pitch, you can forget about ever having me as a client. And right now, I don't need to pay someone to tell me whether Echoes of Fate is worth reading. I need actual readers, people who stumble into this world because something caught their attention. Keep reading because they want to know what happened next, and eventually tell me exactly what they loved, what confused them, what bored them, what made them laugh, what made them want another chapter. I don't need to manufacture those readers. I need enough patience for the story to find them or for them to find the story. If I decide one day to prepare Echoes of Fate for traditional publication or professional book release, that's different. I will absolutely hire real professionals when I need them. And yes, that will probably cost me a painful amount of money. But by then, I'll be paying someone because I know exactly what expertise my project needs and I've researched the person I'm trusting with it, not because a stranger slid into my messages pretending to be my newest fan. The funny part is how quickly some of this conversation end once they realize how much is already happening behind Echoes of Fate. I'm only a couple of months into seriously building this project, but I already have the story moving on a weekly chapter schedule, a website, music, multiple social platform, plans for future products, and I'm in a much larger vision for where all of this is going. None of it is perfect yet, and God knows I'm still figuring out the organization, but I have a plan. I'm executing it one step at a time. Sometimes I don't even have to say no. The conversation simply changes once they understand that I know what I'm building and I'm not desperately searching for someone to tell me how to do it. You can almost feel the realization happening on the other side of the screen. This bitch knows what she's doing. and I can take advantage of her. Let's move on to the next person. So, if you are another writer putting your work online, please be careful, especially when someone suddenly appears with exactly the validation you've been hoping to hear. Be confident enough to let your story find its people. Real reader don't need to tell you they're professional before they're allowed to have an opinion. And when they love something, hate something, get confused, become obsessed with a character, or tell you exactly where you lost them, that honesty worth far more than a compliment you actually paid someone to give you. So if you want to read Echoes of Fate, the link is, as always, in the description or in the bio, depending where you listen to this right now. And it is free, so enjoy.